13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. On first down, Harris. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Right back to him on first down. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
He's across mid. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get him.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. Touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots.
Makes the score Patriots 7, Blues 0. Harrison Butker is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. He takes this for 3 to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To throw on 3rd down, Kirkland. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
49-yard line.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd down now. It's Wallace, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
3rd and 13.
the gun. Kirkland. He rifles one. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden,
deep in his own territory, coughs up the football.
There's never a good place on the field to throw the ball. No, let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 12-yard line.
Back to throw. Gilchrist. He'll buy some time right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Logan. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a couple yards on that one. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Operating from the gun. Gilchrist to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it'll be tipped up and picked off.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point, or in this case, a field goal.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
8 yards.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
17-0 our score after 1.
The score, Patriots 17, Blues nothing.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
2nd and 6.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll try the left side. Wallace, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They throw it out right complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. They'll run on first down. It's Wallace. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Down at the 20-yard line.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
2 on the play.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. From the gun, Kirkland. This will be caught inside the 10. And they corral him just a couple of yards shy of the end zone. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here this wild card week. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Marshall now, the return. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
First down.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gilchrist eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here, complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Now, they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Gilchrist. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
At the 21-yard line.
To throw on second down, Gilchrist. That one is caught by Hunt. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Third down.
Now 3rd and 11 after that second down completion actually went back a yard. Off play action. Gilchrist. And this is caught at the 8. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun, Gilchrist. And this is complete. It's Marshall. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They get this out left. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
5-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's the option. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. bats at the line, ready to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do.
He's getting daylight. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A big play there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Fielded in the end zone. And a stick on the lateral. It's a loose ball.
Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat.
On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. They run the counter now on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. Second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Gilchrist. And this is caught out. Touchdown, Patriots. From 19 yards away. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more that they're going to be one and done. They're probably...
A miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And careless with the football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Rush coming, and he's taken down. That huge loss on the sack makes his job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Down right around the 25. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now an option play, and we'll keep it. A pitch back. He's to the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Patriots are pouring it on. You don't see option pitches a whole lot in the NFL, but there worked out pretty well, resulted in a touchdown.
And it's hard for defenses because they don't see it very often, so the time in preparing each week is probably minimal. So when it comes at them, it's often a surprise. And what a nice job on the read. Pitch to the running back, and he takes it all the way in for a touchdown.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now a handoff here to his running back. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They bring their punter out there now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Take it on the midfield. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. On 1st and 10, Gilchrist. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
Frankly, I don't know that this defense knows what to do anymore. Just look at their body language out there. The passing game has absolutely been relentless throughout.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown.